without an evidence that you've got to go to state? How would MSF took a decision? That is the question.
It was an operational decision. I mean, what you mean? What evidence we need? I mean, what evidence did you need not to intervene? I think in terms of prevalence and at the community level, etc., it's so far we have only the data that I showed you, that you see how does it change overall in the annual pattern of the peaks, and we did see some impact. Now, I think on some of the things that were mentioned on how we should also promote breastfeeding, etc. I think that we have a way, I think, to come together, because I mean also if I look at the infant and young child feeding in emergency guidelines, I mean it's 23 pages. It has only 9 lines on actually on complementary food and what should be provided, and it's all about, of course, how you should avoid breast milk substitutes, and all that's important, but I think there's a long way else to improve that side. I think so that's a way to come together. Now, for the RUFs and using other products that don't contain milk, I think that there's a lot of potential in that, but it needs more research to really find out do they have the same efficacy. And basically, I think what we tried at the New York meeting is to turn things the other way around. We always started off, oh, we have so little money, that's why we just can't give a little vitamin A or a little zinc. We said, no, we know animal source foods. That's when children grow. So if you want to use something else, you have to show that it has the same efficacy. But
human milk. Human milk rather than cow milk. Yeah. So
well, again, I think that is the, I mean, one of what Michael raised. But I mean, I'm not the nutrition expert, but I think the guidance that is there, if you look at also what I showed on the European guidance, is breastfeeding and also another source of dairy product. And I don't see why we should give less than we recommend for children in Europe.
I understand is that the production that's blocking production, that there's not enough milk. My question was about production.
There has been some production capacity issues in the meantime, but it's not based on milk availability. I think we have a global milk price are increasing, but I think to satisfy the needs of the malnourished children, there's enough milk. There's a cost issue, and if you can have other products, that is fine there. It was also said, well, there are complex cases of severe acute malnutrition. That is indeed the guidelines for the community treatment. We separate much more. I think the separation has to be more between complex and non-complex. And it's a non-complex that you can treat in a community where you always need to have also inpatient feeding. And that much more turns into actually a more sophisticated care the more you differentiate it that way. Niger indeed is an exceptional care. I already mentioned that, responded to that one. I think in terms of displacing breastfeeding, because you referred to that, I mean, when we did the blanket supplementation, that was 250 calories per day. And when I looked at the review that Kay Dewey did, I mean, she speaks about the 200 calorie as, and we talked about that yesterday. So normally in terms of amounts, that should be a safe way to